Hey everybody, this is Alyn from Team Kamen Rider, and I was the Narukami player of the group. My other teammates both played Gold Paladins, and this is the build that I ran for the tournament. So I had 4 Vermilions. These guys were amazing. If you ride him in the Vanguard circle, it puts a lot of pressure on your opponent because of his Thunderbolt ability, and he's also an 11k Vanguard, which is incredible against like just random 10k attackers. They don't force 5k out of your hand for no reason. So 4 Vermilions. My supporting grade 3 were 4 Thunderbreak Dragons. I usually don't ride him in Vanguard Circle at all. I prefer to ride Vermilion always. I only ride him as a last resort kind of thing if I don't have another grade 3. But for him, I run 4 Rai-Rais to support him, so he becomes 21 when he attacks, and that will force 15 out of your opponent's hand, or they can just take damage. My grade 2 lineup was 3 Dragoons, the 10k vanilla ones. I don't feel like you need any more. He's a 10k beater, that's all he does. He has no other ability. I ran 4 Dragonic Death Scythes just for the retire, and he's just great for getting rid of boosters that are giving you a lot of trouble, and he's great for getting rid of 10k interceptors or just even 5k interceptors, because that's still one unit they have to get replaced. And my last grade 2 that I run is the Garudas. These guys, if they hit the Vanguard, they unflip the damage. You can run 3 to 4 based on preference, but I prefer 3. I feel like it's better to have this guy in the hand just to get rid of boosters or interceptors.
Yeah, and just ender plays them with a grade 0.
Yeah. My grade 1 lineup was 4 of the Red River Dragoons, the AK booster. He can't say much about him. He's a vanilla, but he boosts for 8,000, and that's enough, in my opinion.
He's a booster.
Yeah, a boost is a boost. And then my other grade 1 was Rai-Rai. These are for the Thunderbreak Dragons to help him. You Soul Blast 1, and it makes Thunderbreak Dragon 21,000, which is enough to force 15 out of your opponent's hand. And then I have the 10k boosters. I only ran 3 of them. 4 of them, it clogs up your hand too much. And he's just amazing because if your opponent has 3 more damage and you're boosting a Vermilion, then Vermilion becomes 21. Which, if your opponent wants to drop 10 for 1 trigger, he has to drop 15, and then for 2 triggers, your opponent has to drop 20k. And then Perfect Guards, I ran 4. Perfect Guards are absolutely necessary right now because the numbers for everything just gets incredibly high. Ezlo can easily just hit 30k, no problem. Garmores can hit, with Limit Break, can hit 21, no problem. Any deck like Royal Paladins, so Perfect Guards are just absolutely necessary. And that's it for my grade 1s. My grade 0 that I started off with was the Spark Kid Dragoon. He's pretty safe. Usually, I'm missing a grade 3 and he just gets it for me. The other grade 0, Saishi, it's just not worth it. You counterblast 1. If you boost and you hit the Vanguard, you counterblast 1 and you retire grade 0, which doesn't affect most decks. It affects Gold Paladin because they can't Superior Ride if you get rid of their grade 0. It hurts Kagero a little bit because you can get rid of a Conro, but other than that, he doesn't really do anything. I'd rather have the safer bet and just get the grade 3. And if I do get a grade 3 to my hand, a plus is a plus. You can't argue with that. My trigger lineup for the tournament was 8 critical trigger, 4 draw triggers, and 4 heal triggers. Pretty standard. I mean, you could run stands if you like, but I honestly do not prefer stands. They add a huge inconsistency to the deck, and honestly, criticals just win you games. There were some units that I didn't run at all. For one, the Sand People. These guys, I absolutely do not like these. They're pretty much vanillas. The 7K booster is fine because it's still a booster, but the 9K one is just absolutely horrible because you call it out, your opponent can't intercept. Okay, big deal. And once you do, he's just a 9K vanilla. Like, he doesn't do anything. At least with my other 9K units, one of them unflips damage and the other one retires a unit. So these two, I don't run these at all. I've tried them before and I just lost when I did. The grade 3, the Breakthrough Dragon is the 12K grade 3s. I don't like them at all because they're only good if you have an 8K booster behind it to hit 20K. But the moment you run into a deck that has an 11K Vanguard, he's absolutely worthless. And if you're forced to ride him as a last resort in your Vanguard circle, he has no limit break ability. So he applies no pressure other than being a 12K Vanguard when he attacks. And it's the same thing for the Genie as well. Unfortunately, I don't have a copy with me. But for the Genie, when he attacks the Vanguard, he's 14. But in the rear guard, he's only 12. Once again, the problem with that is you need an 8K booster for him to be good, and he's also restricted to attacking the Vanguard. So that was my deck that I ran in at the Vanguard kickoff event. If there was anything that I would want to change about the deck right now, it would probably be the Garudas. Right now I run 3. You can run 4 if you like. I might try that. It's up to preference, but other than that, I feel like my deck right now is pretty solid. I wouldn't change it. I have to wait for Box 8 to see what support I get, but yeah, that's my deck.
Alright, thanks.
Alright, cool.
Oh, and then that's Michael, the other team first. And those douchebags back there are the rest of the TKR.